Hello everyone, you're watching 창스터TV. Hello everyone, I'm Changster from 창스터TV. Now in today's video, I'm going to be combining sort of three contents into one video. Hope you tune in until the very last minute and enjoy. So now I'm gonna do some bean review. I hope you can see it. I'm gonna try to show it to you. Let's see here. This coffee bean here is known as a Colombia Supremo Medellin coffee, and its process is known as the washed process, where the farmers pick up coffee cherries, and then they like wash some of the water off of the beans, and then go on from there. This Colombian coffee is known for having a very good balance in taste. So basically, as you taste the coffee, like you know how when we first brew the coffee is first hot, and then later as the time passes, the coffee gets cold and such. When you taste it as hot, when you taste the coffee as a hot brew coffee, you're going to taste like the average amount of acidity and such. When I tasted this coffee for the first time, I noticed some nutty flavors, and later I noticed some sweet flavors too. So it has an equal balance of sweet and sour. So it's not too bitter or too sweet. It just has about like average amount of sweet and sourness. It doesn't have any bitterness too, since it's not roasted all the way to like a French roasting point. What I mean, to put it simply, it's not like I burned the beans and stuff, so you won't be tasting any bitterness. Oh, and I also want to mention about these beans that when you notice the size of the beans and the shape, you can notice that one of the beans has is shaped like a sort of like a cylinder, and then one of the beans is just square, like shaped like a circle. When it has like two kind of shapes like this, it means that the variety of the coffee is sort of like a kind of like a mutant variety. It's like a one variety mixed with another. It could, or it's also known as a hybrid variety. I think the word hybrid is the correct word for in this case. So to conclude this bean review, this Colombia coffee, I suggest it to people who can also manage tasting a little sourness in the coffee, because you'll notice the equal amount of sourness and the sweetness. Because some coffees it's like you really never know until you actually tasted it. Just by looking at the color and smelling it, it's kind of hard to tell. So yeah, now let's actually get to the cupping process. The cupping, when I do cupping, I use the grind size for about 4, no actually 2. I use the grind size 2 because when you do cupping, you need the beans to be about medium fine, because that way you can like really notice the smell and the flavor. And then that way I can actually really sharply notice what taste notes these coffee beans have. I mean, that's the whole point of it. The whole point of cupping is basically to know what flavors these coffee beans can produce. I mean, after all, I need to know that before I sell these. I give these beans to anybody else. I roasted these myself, but if I don't know what flavors these beans can make, I can't just give it to anyone, you know. So I'm going to change the grind size to about 2, which is medium fine, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grind it. Okay, looks like the grinder is finished grinding the beans. I finished putting the coffee powder in the cup. The coffee grinds in the cupping bowl here. I hope you can see this. Okay, the fragrance isn't that bad. It kind of just smells like mostly, like I mentioned before, it reminds me of a lot of nuts. The fragrance that I got from this coffee grind reminds me of a lot of nuts. Like it's like pecan, almonds, and peanuts, like it's like all nuts mixed together. Yeah, it also reminds me of, it's like the type of smell I got from like a lot of breads. Like it's the way the bread smells after you finish putting it in the toaster. Yeah, so it kind of has a similar fragrance, similar to bread and a lot of nuts. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put some water here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wait like 4 minutes. I filled it up all the way up to 200 milliliters, and then I'm gonna start the timer for about 4 minutes. 4 minutes is starting. What I do is kind of push the floating coffee grinds like this. First, I need 2 cups for doing 2 spoons for doing cupping. So what I do is kind of just push it like this. Okay. Okay, so the 4 minutes is up. So what I'm gonna do next is do this thing called skimming. First, I'm gonna put the cup here. As you can see right now, I have like 2 cups. This is just for basically like cleaning the spoon. So I have like a water. That's why I have put water here. Now this is just the empty cup for. Well, you'll see right now. I'm gonna do this thing called skimming, where I first scoop the coffee grinds on top and then just put it in here. You kind of have to do it like multiple times. Like, it's not just something that you do like once or twice. So you kind of have to do it like, as you notice by now, like 5 or 6 times. So wait like 2 more minutes. And timer starts now. Okay, the 2 minutes is up. So after 2 minutes, what I'm gonna do is basically, well, start tasting the coffee. I'm smelling the coffee as a liquid form right now, and it doesn't smell different from when it was like at a powder form. So as for the fragrance and the aroma score, I'm going to give it 8. And then as for the flavor, let me okay, the flavor, I'm going to give it 8. And I do feel like it does leave some aftertaste. So I also give 8 to that. And it does have some average amount of acidity. So I'm gonna give 8. The body of the coffee is the body of the coffee, I'm gonna give 8. So the score right now is like 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So pretty far, I think I'm giving it a good score. As for the uniformity and the balance, it just makes me really confirm the fact that this Colombia coffee is really about the balance of taste. It really has equal amounts of both sweetness and sourness. So uniformity and balance, they both get 9. And as for the clean cup, I'm just looking at this right now, and the clean cup is basically like I'm gonna give it 8, and sweetness, give it about 8. Now I'm sure you noticed right now that I gave acidity and sweetness both the equal amount of scores, right? That just also confirms the fact that this has equal amount of sweetness and sourness, and the acidity does refer to the sourness of the coffee, not the bitterness. So the overall score is 9, and I guess the final score would be 83, which is like pretty good, which is a high score compared to the other coffees I tasted for the cupping series anyway. This has the highest score. So yeah, the final score for this Colombia Supremo Medellin coffee, from me, it gets an 83. If the person doesn't like sour coffee, then I guess this might get a low score. But every coffee does have sourness and sweetness, just each coffee has different amount. So yeah, next time when I do my video, I'm gonna do the bean review, cupping series, and unboxing separately. This is just one time that I'm doing like 3 contents into one video. So anyway, that's the conclusion of the cupping series for today. Now the last content, what I'm gonna do is do some unboxing. Before I talk any more about this, I'm gonna first show you the product. It has some instruction in here, telling you about like recipes and such, which I'm gonna take a look at this later. Just not right now. Now this product is called the Gabi Drip Master, Master A. There's 2 versions of this. There's Master A and Master B. So let's open this. I like how it comes in a container like this. It gives you like a separate case, which is good. Okay, so let me explain this to you one at a time. This one just looks like a stand. Like let me use my cup here. Like you have a cup like this, right? It's like something you just put on top like this. Yeah. And then this one, it's like separate like this, but in the case it's like put together like this. So this one, this part here is like where the water comes out. It uses the tiny drip method. So when you extract coffee from this dripper, it'll mostly result in like a really like a soury kind of like almost dark coffee. If when you extract light coffee, this is not really the dripper you should use. It's put together like this, and then this here. Oh, this is where you put the filter. Inside here, this is where you put the filter like this. And the filter you should use for this dripper is the filter is known as the Kalita Wave filter. It has 2 sizes. There's a 155, 184. No, I mean 185. So 155 Kalita Wave filter is the one you should use for this. So it's put like this, and then this is how it should look. So you put the filter here, and then in the filter you put the ground coffee, and then here on top here you put about total amount of 150 milliliter of water, and then the water like drips like drip by drip, and then it takes a long time to finish extracting the coffee. I think it might take about at least 3 minutes or 3 minutes to 3 minutes 30 seconds. It all depends on, I guess it depends on the grind size, and it just varies by situation. Now what I like about this filter is that this is the filter that is well, I just like it because it's made in my own the home country. It's made in Korea. Most of the drippers I've seen is like mostly made in Japan or some in like England and such. The drippers I seen and have is like there's the Kalita dripper, and then Kalita Wave dripper, and then the Kono dripper. They're all made in Japan. So I think this is like the first dripper that is made in Korea. And what I also like about this dripper, another thing that I like about this is that this is like a automatic dripper. it's done. The moment you put the water here, it starts the dripping process automatically. So all you have to do is just put the filter and the coffee grinds in the water, and after that you just wait. There's nothing more you have to do. It's done automatically. So yeah, that's kind of neat, because other filters like the Kalita dripper or the Hario dripper, you have to continually pour in the water yourself. But the good thing about that is it might take a lesser time depending on what dripper you use and such. So this one, the negative side is that it might take like a longer time than other drippers, but it's automatic, which is good. It's like you don't really have to do like a lot of tasks to extract one coffee. I believe if you like have the right recipe, you will really like this dripper. I mean, when it comes to this specific dripper, you don't need to be like an expert, or it doesn't matter if you're an expert or a beginner. Anyone can use this dripper because it's done automatically. But due to the fact that it uses the dripping method, like the water just comes out drip by drip, the result will always be like a black coffee. Like if the coffee bean itself is already like a sour tasting, it's going to make it even more sour and such. So you might have to control the grind size of it. Like you might have to make it a coarse and or like a medium coarse, medium or medium. Like whether you like the coffee extracted from this dripper depends on your taste buds, because each person has like different favorite foods or favorite drinks and such. So I can't really guarantee that you'll like the coffee extracted from this dripper, but I can definitely positively guarantee that you like how this dripper works, because like I said before, and like I think I've said this for the fourth or fifth time now, it's automatic. You don't really have to do much to extract coffee from this. All you have to do is just put the right filter, right coffee, and the right water. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do in order to extract coffee from this. And if the coffee is extracted like too sour, I'll give you advice on that. If the coffee is extracted too sour, just use it to make iced coffee. Just put some ice in there and then drink it as cold iced coffee. That'll make it better. Or you can just mix it with milk, and you can have a better drink that way. So if you're someone who likes different kind of drippers, or like you like things that are automatic and stuff, this is the dripper for you. So if you have a question to ask, do put it in the comment section, and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.